This is what I've learned after not listening to music for just over a month. It's been 30 days since I listened to a song, since I put my earphones in specifically for listening to music, any sort of music, even if it's classical. I've not listened to music in that time. Now, just to give you some context and some background, previously I used to be an avid music listener. I used to have Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. I had the actual subscription where you can obviously watch videos and download and stream them, whatever, even after you click off the app and stuff. So whether I was on public transport, in a taxi, walking around, I love music, any sort of music. But what I noticed about music and what led me to embark on this journey, so to speak, was I always felt as though I was never in the present moment. You know, when I listened to music, it almost acted as if I was escaping from my reality. It provided an escapism. So it was almost like a crutch. And you know how we refer to things like no fap and bad habits as escapism, as ways to escape from your miserable, depressive reality, so to speak. And that's what I was finding. I'd be listening to music and I'll be fantasizing about the future of, you know, this is what I'm going to do and I'm with this person. And, you know, it really gets under your skin in the sense that it really elevates and amplifies your emotions. You know, you get excited, you get fearful, you get anxious. It almost wakes you up, but it definitely has a play on your emotions. So definitely psychology studies have been done on that, and there needs to be more studies. But it's interesting the effect that music has. You know, let's say for example you're going for a jog or you're doing some strenuous exercises. You know, when you go for a jog with no music, it's really mundane and monotonous. The idea of just running constantly, no music, no sounds, it's extremely boring. But when you have music, when you have a beat drop, it almost gives you that motivation to drive and push forward. So I decided to quit music for a short period of time just to see if I got any benefits, just to see if the way that my brain thought, or the way that, you know, the way that my brain was operating would have any sort of effect. And to be honest with you, there's been some noticeable changes, some noticeable benefits that I didn't think was possible. And the first one for me is being and remaining in the present moment, which I've already alluded to in a way. I don't no longer, obviously I still visualize. I speak about the importance and the concept of visualization, especially when you're embarking as a young man on your journey. And obviously you're looking to eradicate bad habits. So visualization is important, but visualization without music that you do in the morning, at nighttime, so that it sinks into your subconscious mind. But the benefit is remaining in the present moment. And that is so key, because the past gives you depression and the future gives you anxiety. The past is already gone. We can't alter the past, and the future hasn't arrived yet. All we honestly have is a present moment. So if you're not living in the present moment, you're not living life. And that for me was a big indicator that things had to change. And I've always remained in the present moment. I've been able to take deep breaths, observe where I am, whether I'm in a park, in the office. It doesn't matter what setting I'm in. I remain in the present moment. And the other benefit that I noticed is when I study or I'm working on a business, etc., or working on a concept, if I've been listening to music for a long period of time, I still have the catchy songs in my brain while I'm trying to focus on this task. And it was acting as a massive distraction for me. Now that I've cut off music, I can actually be a lot more laser beamed and a lot more focused on the task at hand, because I'm present in the moment, but also I don't have these catchy songs replaying in my mind. And also I've been a lot more positive, and it might be, again, due to the fact of the music I was listening to. Be very careful as well if you are listening to music, and be mindful of the lyrics, because a lot of the recent songs these days, the lyrics aren't, let's say, PG or child friendly, let's say, very sexual. If you watch the music videos, it's extremely sexual. Everything's about drugs and intercourse and violence. And when you're repeating that on a continuous level, and we always speak about the power of repetition, of that sinks into your subconscious mind. When you're listening to music with that sort of language and lyrics and tonality, naturally that's all you're going to be thinking about, and it rewires your brain in a very negative way. And again, as I've already mentioned, it's catchy. But now that I've cut music and affirmations and visualization, all I think about is my goals. I don't think about negativity. Even in difficult moments, I operate well under pressure. I operate well under stress. Everything is positive. Everything is optimistic. And again, I think it's a fact, and it's not the sole factor, but it certainly is a reason. It's because I'm not listening to music, and I haven't for a month. And again, the benefits and the changes will vary from person to person. I'm not saying the benefits that I've received that you're going to automatically receive. I think it also depends on the frequency, it depends on the type of music you're listening to. I think it depends on the consistency, the intensity. Are you someone that used to listen to music once or twice a week, or were you like me that used to listen to it all the time? Remember, it's frying your dopamine again. I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but it's charging up your dopamine. The second thing I need to mention is this. When I say I wasn't listening to music, I do need to make this point very clear as well. I should have mentioned at the start. Not listening to music in my control. So for example, I go to the gym every single day. When I go to the gym, there'll be some background music. Now, that's not in my control. I can't go up to the receptionist and say, can you turn it off? Because there's about 100 people in the gym, and it's not exactly fair to tell them that they can't listen to music, of course. If I'm in the taxi or whatever, the guy might play the radio and music might play out. Or I might go into a pub and there might be some music. The point I'm making is this. The journey that I've been on, it's music that's not been in my control that I've listened to here and there. And even then, it's not been much. The point I'm making is music that's in your control. So when you're in your room doing nothing, for example, and you're in your room reading a book or whatever, there's no music. It's pure silence. You write in pure silence. You read in pure silence. You work on your business. You study in pure silence. It enables you to focus. It enables you to remain in the present moment. And that is what is imperative. That is the key here. And I've noticed these changes, and I've been so satisfied with what I've noticed and changed in my life so far that I'm willing to give it another 30 days. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to update you guys in 30 days of what I've learned, if I've noticed any more other benefits, any other changes. This is not to say that I'm never going to listen to music again. I'm not going to switch on my phone and listen to music. Of course not. It's something that I might reevaluate in the future. But for the time being, it's had such a positive impact on my life that it's something that I want to continue. And if you haven't tried it, please do try it, or at least limit it, and see any changes or benefits that you notice in your life. So if you did find this beneficial, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.